Brendan, obviously you've got a new signing in today. Tell us all about him.
Yeah, well, Fabio's a boy that I tried to get in earlier on in the season. And obviously a number of things meant that I couldn't bring him in. Obviously he was involved with the first team at Chelsea at the time, and he was still under contract talks, and obviously it was difficult to get him in. I worked with him when I was there, terrific young talent, came in from Bologna, and has progressed really, really well, and he was a big hope for Chelsea, but he's been unable to agree a contract, which has obviously meant then he wasn't permitted to go on loan, and obviously he was then not involved in the first team there. Obviously a host of clubs were trying to get him, but he wasn't allowed out, so that made it difficult then earlier on the season. But after the weekend I just made a one final call to look at the possibility of taking him through to the end of the season, because I know the type he is, and I just think he's one with great potential, and I think his hunger and intensity I felt would help us now in the run-in, and obviously I'm grateful that Chelsea then decided to let us have him.
As a player, what kind of player is he? What technical skills does he have?
He's very, very. His movement's fantastic for a young player. You could say he's a typical Italian number 9. Goal scorer, has always scored goals, makes goals, scores goals. His movement's very, very good. His touch is good, sets up the game well. And the big thing as well, he's got great enthusiasm. To play that single striker's role, you have to be strong, you've got to be determined, and he has all those qualities. And obviously I've worked with him, so I've seen him in the role. As I said, his movement, he never gives defenders a breather, and like I say, he's got that hunger to score goals. So no, he's one that obviously he hasn't had a loan period, but that's because he was in and around the first team. Chelsea, he wasn't permitted to go out, and obviously, secondly, his contract actually was difficult. But he's a great talent, and I know a host of clubs are looking at him.
You obviously feel he'll be able to fit immediately into the Swansea system.
Yeah, well, there's no that was also a key factor in it as well. Because to bring in a player to play in that position, you need to have certain attributes, and he's one that I've continually tracked. We've had our scouts watch him. He scored 5 goals the other week against West Brom and against a good side at West Brom, and so he's a natural finisher, and he wants to score goals. But I also think as well the intensity of the person playing in that role is important. They need to be able to move, need to be strong, need to be aggressive, and need to be happy to play up there on their own. And yeah, so that was a key part in it as well. He's one that I know can play in this way.
What were your reasons in making a move now, making that call at the weekend?
I just think it was for this final run-in, just to bring some freshness into the group. A new signing or a couple of new signings always sparks off other players, and I feel even just this morning, just the feel-good factor. Again, the boys have had a few days rest, and obviously Fabio coming in is always, allows players to show and demonstrate their skills to him as well. So it's something that really coming into the final part of the season, if I can, we got Fabio in, and if we can get maybe 1 or 2 others in, then great. But as long as they have the right qualities.